Beloved, hey, it's Bishop Coletta Vaughn here in Detroit, Michigan. And what an honor it is, Pastor Robin. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm calling you Pastor Robin. Look how long we have been together and look how far God has brought you. I remember, I don't know if you really remember, but I remember all of these wonderful moments and pieces of your life and the various places that I had seen God bring you from. And I'm so honored to greet you in this season of your life. You remember First Apostolic. You remember those meetings, those great revivals. And as we went all around the district and all throughout Maryland together, and you were always there. And I could see that life had dealt you a hand that sometimes may have looked unfair. And you were drawing. You were always pulling. And I can't even begin to talk about you without thinking about Geraldine McInnes. And I would see this long, tall, beautiful woman and all of these pieces, you and Lisa and other pieces, other people that were a part of her puzzle. And I began to see you draw. And I began to see God do something phenomenal in your life. You had such a calling. It was so clear. It was like a trumpet that every time you came into a room, we could hear the sound. And I knew that one day that you were going to make a mark that could not be erased. Now, here we are, some 30 years later, oh my God. And you are making God such an impact there in your area and in your church, the place where you are raising up sons and daughters and kings and priests for God. How wonderful that is. I think about the times in Detroit. I think about the Go Tell It Ministry partner conventions and all of the times that we were together. I think about just all of the recordings. How about those cassette tapes? And how about buying all of them? How about you guys would stand there for moments and hours waiting on those cassettes so that you could take them home and digest them, devour them. And it was a long time I didn't really see because God began to do some other things for me and began to take me into missions and around the world. But it was wonderful to come back to the Maryland area and reconnect with you. So many times I remember praying together and laying hands on you and just watching the waters stirring up in your belly. I'm so godly proud of you. I'm so excited about what God is doing first for women in this season and what God is doing for the daughters. And I call your daughter not to take anything away from Geraldine McInnes because certainly I know the place that she has in your life. But I'm so glad to be a part of that I can slide in even now. And I feel like somewhat of a spiritual mentor, somewhat of an apostle, someone that has had some laying on of hands of this that now you are producing. I was absolutely honored to be a part of this by video, and I apologize that I was not able to be here personally for you. But thank God for social media and Facebook because I got to see you again and got to see what God is doing. I even met Preach and Genesis and Preach now. They have a working relationship together because of social media. But what's more than that, what's so important to me is how God is using you now as a pastor, as an overseer, as a coach, as a developer of God's people. I never want you to forget where you've come from, but I don't want you to stop here. The world is big. It's bigger than church. It's bigger than Maryland. It's bigger than D.C. And I want to see you on a national stage. You have a story. You have something to say to young women who may not have all that they wanted or all that they desired as a child, but how God can turn it around. I can't wait to read your books. I can't wait to see you develop a stage play about your life. I can't wait to see how God is going to use you on a national stage, at a national platform. This is just the beginning. I'm reminded that at 30, Jesus was just beginning his ministry. He thought maybe, he was too old because he wanted to start at 12. And most people think that at 30, they're old, and at 30, it's the end, and at 30, maybe it's time to sit down. But I want to say to you, love, that at 30, just like Jesus, you're only beginning. And who knows where you're going to go from here. So I bless you, precious Robin. I bless you. I thank God for your life. I thank God for your journey. I thank God for your past, your present, and your future. And I love you to pieces. I'm praying for you. And I believe that the peace of God will be upon you forever. God bless you and the work. Congratulations on 30 years of ministry. And I look forward to seeing you soon. And remember that God has told me, and now I've told you. You remember that? And now you have a responsibility to go tell it. I'm Bishop Carletta Vaughn, Preachers of Detroit, Holy Ghost Cathedral. God bless you, baby, and the peace of the Lord is with you.